Markside.
Mr. President, the American Legion, the nation's largest wartime veterans service organization, is celebrating its centennial this year. I rise today to recognize this milestone. For the past 100 years, the American Legion has been a leading advocate for veterans and their families. The Legion has played a role in crafting legislation, shaping policies, expanding services, and creating generations of civic-minded Americans. Founded in Paris following World War I, the American Legion was officially chartered by Congress on September 16, 1919. Since its founding, Legionnaires have proudly worked to strengthen our country and our communities while upholding the promise our country made to those who have worn our nation's uniform. The list of achievements that the Legion has helped fight for is long and includes the creation of the U.S. Veterans Bureau in 1924, the forerunner of the Veterans Administration. Decades later, the Legion was active in elevating to cabinet-level status as the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Following the American Legion's lead, Congress adopted a flag code to formally lay out the protocol for carrying and displaying our nation's banner. The Legion continues to actively support a constitutional amendment to protect the American flag from desecration. During World War II, the American Legion drafted legislation that would become the GI Bill. Legionnaires were instrumental in securing passage of this landmark legislation that helped returning troops further their education, buy houses, and start businesses. It also established hiring privileges for veterans. The Legion continues its strong advocacy for improving these and other benefits. Its efforts were vital in the passage of the post-9/11 GI Bill and the enhancement measures passed in 2017, which bears the name of the former American Legion Commander Harry W. Comrie Veterans Educational Assistance Act. After a century of service, Legionnaires remain just as committed to advocating on behalf of our veterans today. Last month, I met with members of the American Legion Department of Arkansas who are visiting the nation's capital to voice their support for the organization's 2019 priorities. This includes supporting the VA's efforts to reduce veteran suicides, improving the health care for women, veterans, fighting veterans' homelessness, ensuring GI Bill benefits, and expanding veterans' benefits to veterans that have been exposed to Agent Orange. I am optimistic about the progress we will make on these important issues because of the excellent and active work of the American Legion Department of Arkansas, which has more than 10,000 members in nearly 150 posts throughout the state. The Arkansas Department of the American Legion was incorporated on May 12, 1919. National headquarters records show it was the first incorporation of the organization in the United States. There's a proud history of involvement in all corners of the state, ranging from the annual Fallen Hero ceremony to the Law Enforcement Officer of the Year program. I've had the privilege of participating in Legion events around the state, including honoring the Arkansans who paid the ultimate sacrifice, also celebrating the milestones of the post and recognizing young Arkansans who have been distinguished by Legionnaires. The Legion rightfully prides itself as actively being involved in the community and teaching Arkansas youth how to be good citizens. Through a variety of programs and activities, Boys and Girls State programs, support of the Boy Scouts of America, the American Legion baseball program, to name a few, it encourages fostering a dedication to civic responsibility, promoting American values, and serving others. For 100 years, the American Legion has worked tirelessly to improve the lives of veterans and their families. In honor of their centennial, Congress approved many a coin to recognize this milestone. I was a proud co-sponsor of the bill and support its passage to commemorate the legacy of the American Legion and the thousands of men and women who have supported its mission and upheld the four pillars of its founding: Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth. As a member of the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee, I've seen up close Legionnaires and the American Legion Auxiliaries' dedication and the results their efforts have produced in Arkansas and across our entire country. I'm proud to recognize the American Legion on its 100 years of advocacy and celebrate this century of service with the 2 million members who are making a difference each day as Legionnaires.